Ashtar's Final Warning Energy Blockage 2026, and hidden third timeline Ashtar's profound final warning descends upon us, delivered before the total darkness that threatens to unmask the very essence of our world. This isn't just an announcement, it's an urgent alert echoing from the venerable guardians of the future. What looms is a silent, insidious attack, specifically a 2026 energy block, subtly initiated in 2025, designed to systematically obstruct the fundamental energy of existence for particular souls. This cosmic revelation, a map of fate meticulously charted and unveiled by the ancient observers of time, also lays bare a third, previously hidden timemillennia potent alternative that possesses the singular capacity to reconfigure everything we perceive as reality. Imagine the profound, unnerving silence just before a critical cut. You won't be privy to the precise moment of its arrival. There will be no blaring alarms, no frantic headlines screaming from your screens, no piercing sirens wailing through the streets to forewarn of its inexorable approach. No government entity, regardless of its power or reach, will issue a public announcement. No brilliant scientist, armed with the most sophisticated instruments, will be able to measure its subtle intrusion. No visionary theorist, no matter how prescient, will be able to fully anticipate its comprehensive scope. Instead, what we will experience is merely a faint, almost imperceptible shift in the very pulse of Earth, a tremor so delicate in the life-sustaining vibration that it might initially evade conscious detection. It will feel, in a deeply metaphorical sense, as though our planet, after centuries of holding its breath, finally exhales a deep, resonant sigh. A silence unlike any you have ever known will then descend. Crucially, this will not be the comforting silence of peace or the tranquil quietude of repose. Rather, it will be the weighty, pregnant silence that precedes a monumental revelation, a quietude imbued with the profound density of a cosmic mystery. The animal kingdom, with its innate sensitivity to planetary shifts, will be the first to intuit this change, their instincts stirring with an unknown apprehension. The ancient trees will subtly adjust the flow of their vital sap, as if bracing for an unseen transition. The vast, rhythmic oceans will alter their timeless cadence, their waves perhaps whispering a different tune. Humanity, bewildered and unable to grasp the underlying cause, will experience an inner void, a subtle, almost inaudible hum within their core, a pervasive sense of disconnection that will seem to emanate from the very depths of each individual being. Then, and only then, will you truly begin to feel a profound sensation of diminishing vitality, a pervasive fatigue that defies any logical explanation, as if some invisible force were painstakingly, yet slowly, draining you of your life force. This will be a process marked by its silence, yet utterly profound in its implications. It represents an imperceptible disconnection for the ordinary, surface-level senses, yet will prove devastating for the consciousness of those who have not yet undergone their personal awakening. There will be no outward chaos, no visible pandemonium in the streets, but rather an insidious internal alteration of the collective energetic field that binds us all. What is hurtling towards us is not a mere physical event, nor a cataclysmic natural disaster, neither a conventional war nor a readily visible societal crisis. Instead, it is a profound, energetic interruption, a massive readjustment of the intricate, unseen forces that perpetually sustain planetary consciousness. This shift will directly impact the sacred connection of souls with their original divine source. Millions will suddenly feel as if their very purpose in life is gradually dissolving, as if their wellspring of inspiration has inexplicably vanished, as if the soul itself has been tragically silenced. According to the venerable guardians of time, those ethereal beings who tirelessly observe the intricate fabric of creation from higher planes where past, present, and future seamlessly coexist as one unified field, this momentous process silently commenced in 2025 and is projected to reach its undeniable critical juncture in 2026. They refer to it ominously as the cut, a vast cosmic reconfiguration. This reconfiguration, they explain, will meticulously separate the various timelines, thereby defining with crystalline clarity who is able to continue their evolutionary journey toward the higher frequency of the new humanity. But let us be clear, this is not a punitive measure, it is, rather, the natural and inevitable consequence of a magnificent cosmic cycle drawing to its conclusion. It signifies the profound renewal of the universe's very fabric, the majestic opening of a singular portal where consciousness is called upon to unflinchingly examine its own essence. What we are poised to experience is not the apocalyptic end of the world as we know it, but rather the definitive end of the specific energy matrix that sustained the old world with all its inherent limitations and illusions. What is truly dying is the very vibration of forgetfulness, the energetic echo of our past amnesia regarding our divine nature. What is being born, robust and vibrant, is the pure frequency of remembrance, a resonant chord of truth. However, for a great many, this profound transit will feel akin to traversing the longest night they have ever endured, a vast, starless expanse where only those who implicitly trust and rely upon their own inner light will possess the fortitude and guidance to navigate it without succumbing to disorientation and getting irrevocably lost. The very frequency of existence, the invisible lifeblood of our reality, is currently being blocked. In this intricate universe, everything that lives and breathes does so by virtue of a specific frequency, an invisible yet palpable vibration that inherently sustains existence itself. This divine current acts as the eternal flame, keeping the fire of consciousness brilliantly lit, powerfully driving all creation forward, nourishing the wellspring of inspiration, and enabling the soul to recall its sacred origin. However, this vital frequency is now being actively interfered with, its pure signal distorted. We are not speaking of visible, tangible manipulation or any form of human technology as it is commonly understood on the surface world. Instead, we are talking about sophisticated frequency distortion fields, insidious energetic webs expertly driven by intelligences operating in planes of existence where the ordinary human mind has absolutely no reach or comprehension. These forces do not seek physical destruction or overt violence. Their insidious purpose is far more subtle and profound inner disconnection. Their ultimate goal is not to inflict pain or suffering, but rather the silent, almost imperceptible deactivation of consciousness, the cunning installation of a profound spiritual inertia. This blockage specifically acts upon the fundamental frequency of existence, targeting the very vibration that intrinsically links the human heart with its divine source. It is as if an unseen, ethereal veil is gradually unfurling itself, subtly interposing between the soul and its own pure reflection, obscuring its true essence. And perhaps the most profoundly disturbing aspect of this phenomenon is that this insidious veil paradoxically generates a potent sensation of absolute normality. People will continue their daily routines, clocks will dutifully advance, intricate systems will continue to operate, yet something essential, something vital, will be conspicuously missing. The intrinsic spark, the radiant vitality, the underlying meaning all will seem to wane. This pervasive distortion crafts a convincing illusion of continuity while simultaneously interrupting the sacred, unobstructed flow between spirit and matter, a flow that is absolutely crucial for genuine spiritual awakening and holistic well-being. The vital energy, which previously flowed freely and abundantly from higher, more refined planes directly into human consciousness, now encounters considerable resistance, pervasive interference, and a palpable density. The inevitable consequence of this disruption is a profound emotional, mental, and spiritual disconnection that manifests as widespread apathy, an inexplicable chronic tiredness, a pervasive loss of purpose, and an overwhelming sense of existential disorientation. It is no mere coincidence that so many souls are currently experiencing a deep, unsettling void within themselves. This is not a sign of personal weakness or individual failing, it is, rather, a clear and undeniable indication that the planet's fundamental energy matrix is being severely altered, deliberately fragmented. What previously sustained robust spiritual life is now breaking apart, dissolving into disarray. And amidst that profound fragmentation, each individual soul is being compelled to make a monumental choice whether to obediently follow the artificial, dwindling rhythm of the old, dying world, or to courageously reclaim and embrace the pure, resonant frequency of creation itself. The Guardians have urgently warned that this pervasive interference is meticulously designed to maintain humanity in a prolonged state of deep slumber, trapped within a kind of illusory reality where the mind falsely believes it is wide awake and fully functioning. Yet the spirit has been subtly, tragically disconnected from its source. Those who choose not to awaken, who cling to the comfort of the illusion, will regrettably remain ensnared within a lower layer of existence, a repetitive loop where life continues to unfold without genuine purpose, where consciousness spins endlessly in self-imposed circles, a helpless prisoner of ingrained habit and debilitating fear. But let us be clear, nothing is truly lost forever. This interference, no matter how potent, cannot sever the connection to the divine source. It can only, at best, block our perception of it, our awareness of its ever-present embrace. And every single soul, without exception, possesses the inherent, boundless power to resume that sacred flow if it only remembers its divine origin, if it dares to breathe deeply from the very core of its heart once more, and if it boldly reclaims its divine, inalienable right to exist with authentic purpose and profound truth. An urgent and unequivocal warning has emanated from the esteemed guardians of time, reverberating outwards from their intricate interdimensional observation chambers, resonating across all planes of existence. These beings are not native to our world, yet they bear the sacred responsibility of meticulously guarding the delicate balance of temporal flow among countless civilizations throughout the cosmos. They have been silent, vigilant witnesses to the precise sequence of events that unfolds when any planet approaches its critical dimensional transition point, that pivotal moment when its resident humanity is faced with an ultimate, binary choice to courageously embrace awakening or to passively acquiesce to endless repetition, trapped in cycles of their own making. From their profound wisdom, they have now delivered a quantum realignment map, a kind of intricate energetic coordinate system that meticulously details the precise sequence of transformative events that will unfold with profound significance in the coming cycles, weaving through the very fabric of our shared existence. This celestial map, a cosmic blueprint, unveils an insidious manipulation of the temporal plot itself, the very timeline upon which our reality is built. This intricate recalibration commenced subtly, almost imperceptibly, in 2025, a silent ripple in the stream of time, and is now poised to consolidate its profound influence and solidify its new course by the pivotal year of 2026. Let us be clear, this manipulation is not an act of divine retribution or a punitive judgment from some external force. Rather, it is an immutable vibrational consequence, an energetic law as fundamental as gravity. For souls who have not diligently strived to achieve a resonant coherency, a harmonious alignment between their innermost thoughts, the depths of their emotions, and their outward actions, significant redirection awaits. These beings will find themselves subtly, yet irrevocably, channeled into what might be termed collapsed timelines. Imagine these as denser, more constrained realities, where the once fluid current of evolution stagnates, congealing into perpetual loops of unlearned lessons and relentless, often painful, repetition. Within these dense, constricted timelines, the soul's journey will persist, albeit through arduous lessons etched in the crucible of pain and the stark realization of profound separation. It is a relentless echo chamber of forgotten truths, where the ache of disconnect serves as the only constant teacher. This cycle endures, not as an eternal damnation, but as a catalyst, an insistent whisper prompting the soul to finally, irrevocably, remember the brilliant, unwavering light of its true, eternal essence once more. From the venerable cosmic guardians, a profound and unequivocal truth resonates: the vast, intricate universe, in its boundless wisdom and impartial grandeur, does not mete out punishments as we might conceive them. There is no vengeful deity or judgmental ledger. Instead, it operates on a principle of impeccable energetic integrity, meticulously respecting and faithfully reflecting the unique vibrational frequency, the very energetic signature at each being consciously or unconsciously chooses to emit. This fundamental choice, therefore, is not articulated through mere words, noble intentions, or fleeting declarations. It is forged in the deepest crucible of one's being, expressed through the very frequency one emanates. Indeed, every thought, every nuanced emotion, every deliberate or unconscious action you undertake collectively broadcasts a distinct, complex energetic signal into the universal field. It is this unique, personal frequency, this energetic blueprint, that acts as an unerring compass, intricately determining the specific temporal pathway, the vibrational reality you are destined to inhabit. Crucially, In these incredibly pivotal years, veritable crossroads for humanity, that very signal you are broadcasting will prove utterly decisive, determining the trajectory of your soul's immediate future. This is precisely why this warning resonates with such profound, undeniable urgency. The imperative is clear: you must actively, consciously elevate your energetic field now. Cultivate states of gratitude, compassion, and unwavering truth, for to fail to do so is to risk an insidious disconnection from the main evolutionary flow, that grand, accelerating current of conscious expansion and spiritual ascent that is now sweeping across the cosmos. Understand that this disconnection does not signify an immediate cessation of your physical existence, nor does it imply a sudden, dramatic physical end. Rather, its consequence is far more subtle, yet profoundly debilitating. You will gradually lose the precious, inherent ability to deeply resonate with the luminous truth of the Spirit, becoming deaf to its whispers and blind to its profound insights. You will find yourself inextricably trapped within a dense, self-perpetuating frequency of incessant repetition and corrosive disharmony, endlessly reliving patterns, unable to break free from the very cycles that bind you. At this juncture, it is paramount that every individual soul reclaims and deeply remembers its divine origin, its intrinsic spark of the cosmos. Let go of any lingering expectation of external savior-no charismatic leader, no ancient prophecy, no benevolent extraterrestrial force will descend from the heavens to unilaterally rescue you. The concept of salvation, in its most profound and authentic sense, is not a gift bestowed from without, but an active, conscious internal process. It is the sacred reconnection of your own individual consciousness with the omnipresent, all-encompassing vibration of universal love, the very lifeblood of creation. This profound connection, this spiritual lifeline, is not attained through hollow rituals, elaborate ceremonies, or the passive embrace of blind faith alone. No, it is forged in the crucible of absolute and unwavering coherency of perfect, crystalline alignment between the silent thoughts you harbor in your mind, the deepest emotions that stir within your heart, and the tangible actions you manifest in the world. It demands an unflinching authenticity, a transparent integrity, where your inner truth seamlessly matches your outer expression. The ancient guardians, with their boundless wisdom, distill this complex truth into a simple yet profoundly resonant phrase: "He who vibrates in truth will not be touched by the darkness of forgetfulness." This speaks to an immutable energetic shield, woven from authenticity and integrity. To vibrate in truth means to embody your highest self, to live from a place of uncompromised honesty and alignment. And in doing so, you become immune to the pervasive darkness of forgetfulness, the illusionary veil of spiritual amnesia, the confusion and the dense ignorance that obscures our divine origin and purpose. The year 2026, therefore, will not merely pass as another calendar cycle. It is destined to mark a monumental, indeed a defining, threshold, a subtle yet absolute separation between divergent worlds. This division will not manifest in physically discernible barriers or geopolitical ruptures. It will remain invisible to the discerning gaze of the physical eyes. Yet, its profound presence will be undeniably, acutely perceptible to the attuned, sensitive soul, felt as a deep internal shift in the very fabric of reality. For those fortunate souls who consciously prepare, who navigate and cross this energetic passage with a pure, unwavering frequency of love resonating within their very core, a breathtaking transformation awaits. They will begin to perceive an entirely new reality unfolding before them, not merely intellectually, but experientially, a tapestry woven with richer hues of synchronicity, harmony, and profound interconnectedness. This marks the dawn of an expanded state of perception, an awakening to multidimensional truths, ultimately heralding a humanity reborn, not just in concept, but in genuine, heart-centered unity and collective consciousness. Conversely, those who choose to remain stubbornly clinging to the dense frequencies of fear, material attachment, and outdated paradigms, those who resist the call for vibrational ascent will find themselves inexorably continuing to spin in the claustrophobic cycle of the known. Their experience of time will become a relentless, seemingly endless repetition, a frustrating Groundhog Day where lessons resurface again and again, and genuine progress toward the expansive, illuminating light of higher consciousness remains tantalizingly out of reach. Let it be unequivocally understood, this urgent warning is not designed to sow seeds of fear or induce panic. Indeed, fear itself is a low vibrational frequency that only serves to anchor one deeper into density. Its sole, profound intention is to ignite a spark of urgent awareness to awaken each individual to the momentous crossroads before them, empowering them with conscious choice rather than paralyzing them with dread. It serves as a clarion call, an insistent invitation to remember an essential truth: every single thought you entertain is a powerful key, capable of unlocking realms of possibility or sealing you within limitations. Likewise, every choice you make is a door, opening pathways to either expansion or contraction. In this grand cosmic tapestry, absolutely everything, every intention, every whispered desire, every overt action is being meticulously recorded, indelibly etched into the vast, interconnected field of existence itself, a living, responsive universal consciousness. And within this cosmic ledger, every individual soul is being precisely measured, not by the eloquent words it articulates or the outward show it presents, but by the undeniable coherence of its vibration, by the very authentic frequency it emanates. But what precisely does this profound energy of existence truly signify, and why is its understanding so critical at this juncture? The energy of existence is far more intricate and expansive than a mere invisible vital flow, a simple life force pulsating through living things. It is in essence the primordial current itself, the foundational energetic river that meticulously sustains and intricately weaves the very architecture of the entire known and unknown universe. It is the divine breath, the animating spark that keeps consciousness vibrantly lit within every single particle, within the nucleus of every atom. Indeed, in every living being, from the smallest, most ephemeral cell to the most colossal, spiraling galaxy, the entirety of existence is profoundly impregnated by this all-pervasive, unifying vibration, a sacred hum that seamlessly connects all dimensions and realms of creation. Therefore, when we dare to speak of this profound energy, we are, in fact, articulating the active, dynamic presence of the ultimate source itself, ceaselessly in motion, resonating within the deepest chambers of your very being. It is crucial to understand that it is not some external substance, a detached force existing independently from your soul. Rather, it is the primordial, original pulse, the foundational heartbeat that not only animates inert matter in a vibrant form, but, more miraculously, infuses it with conscious awareness, granting it the capacity to perceive, to feel, and to evolve. Consider it the luminous light of pure potentiality that precisely shapes thought itself, guiding it from nebulous idea to crystalline concept. This illuminated thought, in turn, exquisitely transforms into the nuanced tapestry of emotion, stirring the depths of your inner world. And it is this potent, vibrantly charged emotion that ultimately and unerringly manifests as your tangible, lived reality, painting the very canvas of your existence. This ubiquitous energy, then, is none other than the pure, unadulterated frequency of essential love, the very essence of unconditional acceptance. It is the wellspring of pure free will, unfettered and sovereign, and the radiant clarity that effortlessly dissolves the densest veils of confusion and doubt. It functions as the silent, omnipresent intelligence that guides every single cell in your body to perfectly recognize and fulfill its intricate purpose, prompts the Sacred Heart to unerringly remember its true direction and deepest desires, and empowers your consciousness to profoundly know, without question, exactly who and what it is. It is, in essence, the timeless melody of creation itself, eternally resonating within your Bainam magnificent, ever-adjusting cosmic symphony that harmonically responds to the precise note your unique spirit emits into the grand orchestra of existence. However, when this vital current, this divine flow, becomes obstructed, blocked, or subtly distorted often by accumulated trauma, persistent fear, or entrenched negative patterns, the soul inevitably enters a profoundly challenging phase of disconnection. It's akin to an ancient river drying up, its banks cracking. Spiritual memory begins to fragment, dissolving into an amnesiac fog, the wellspring of divine inspiration, once a vibrant gush, slowly turns off, leaving an arid landscape. Life itself, once brimming with purpose, perceptibly loses its vibrant pulse, replaced by an unsettling ennui. In this state, the human being, once filled with innate knowing, begins to profoundly doubt its very purpose, grappling with an overwhelming sense of aimlessness. It starts to forget the sacred reasons for its earthly incarnation, its unique mission here. A pervasive, insidious feeling takes root that absolutely everything it undertakes, every effort, every aspiration, ultimately lacks genuine meaning or profound significance. An aching void is thus generated within the innermost sanctum of the selfic chasm that, crucially, cannot be truly filled by the relentless accumulation of material possessions, the fleeting pleasures of external noise, or the constant clamor of distractions. Why? Because it is not a physical deficit, but an energetic void, a profound, agonizing separation between the individual soul and its very divine source, its fundamental lifeline to the cosmos. And make no mistake, this isn't some distant, abstract, or hypothetical future event. This profound disconnection is already palpably unfolding, a raw and undeniable reality manifesting right here, right now, in a disturbing array of symptoms within both the physical body and the intricate landscape of the mind. Are you experiencing an extreme, bone-deep fatigue that stubbornly refuses to dissipate, even after ample rest? Do you feel an inexplicable emotional confusion, a fog without any apparent external cause, leaving you adrift? Perhaps you find yourself inexplicably forgetting what you once held dear, struggling with a profound lack of purpose, or wrestling with the pervasive, unsettling sensation of not truly belonging to this particular time, to this very world. Crucially, these pervasive symptoms are not, in their truest sense, mere physical illnesses to be medically suppressed or, as previously emphasized, a form of divine punishment. No, there's something far more significant. They are urgent, insistent alarm signals emanating directly from the depths of your soul. They represent the Spirit's unambiguous way of communicating a profound inner plea, unequivocally telling you that the vital, life-giving flow of the energy of existence is being severely interrupted, choked off, or dangerously diverted. When this fundamental energy of existence is prevented from circulating freely and unimpeded, the human being tragically diminishes, gradually becoming a mere shadow of its true, magnificent self. It finds itself trapped within a physical body that, while mechanically functioning, moving through the motions, lacks the vibrant, luminous essence-site functions. Yes, but no longer truly vibrates with the divine spark of life. The path to recovering this essential energy of existence is, therefore, a profound journey of remembering our divine origin, our cosmic lineage. It involves consciously and courageously opening the once obstructed channel, forging a luminous bridge between the human and the divine, between the grounded reality of Earth and the boundless expanse of the sky, allowing for an unimpeded flow once more. It means consciously permitting the celestial light to flow freely again, nourishing every cell. It signifies allowing the soul to deeply breathe, unburdened and unconfined, and witnessing purpose, once lost in the shadows, majestically resurge with newfound clarity and vigor. Ultimately, it is the profound experience of living, truly living, from the sacred, immutable center of your Bainas sanctuary with a pervasive grip of fear simply cannot exist, and where every aspect of existence, every challenge, and every joy, finally, harmoniously, makes profound and undeniable sense. In tandem with this individual vibrational recalibration, a larger, more overarching event is now unfolding across our very planet, the silent planetary intervention of 2025. Indeed, a meticulously programmed intervention is actively underway, having already commenced its subtle yet profound operations. This isn't a spectacle for the nightly news. It remains entirely invisible to our physical senses, operating on a deeper, more ethereal plane. Nevertheless, its far-reaching effect is steadily expanding, rippling and permeating throughout the intricate, interconnected energetic network of the entire Earth. What precisely does this intervention entail? It is a silent, yet powerfully transformative reconfiguration of the planet's crucial energetic nodes, those sacred, geographically dispersed points where the collective consciousness of humanity intricately connects with the vast, omnipresent universal field. These vital, nodes situated with ancient wisdom in the towering majesty of mountains, within the profound depths of the seas, across the serene expanses of deserts, and beneath the hallowed grounds of ancient Citiesto, not merely exist, they actively function as living, pulsating antennas, tirelessly transmitting the very pulse of creation, the divine cosmic data stream, to and from our world. For countless millennia, these sacred nodes have served as unwavering anchors, diligently sustaining a delicate yet robust vibrational balance, acting as crucial energetic conduits between the grounded reality of Earth and the ethereal, expansive realms of higher dimensions. Yet, a new insidious current of interferencia, subtly discordant frequencies, now actively acting upon these vital nodes. It is meticulously and often imperceptibly altering the natural, harmonic flow that intricately connects the individual human heart with its vast reservoir of empathy and intuition directly to the planet's organic, living energetic network. This is a profound shift, disrupting a fundamental connection. The direct consequence of this subtle yet potent intervention will be the generation of a profound dissonance, a stark energetic clash between two diverging sets of timelines. On one side, we have the heart's intrinsic timeline as those deeply natural, organically evolutionary pathways that align with our authentic spiritual growth and soul purpose. On the other, we are seeing the emergence and solidification of artificial system timeliness realities meticulously constructed upon principles of pervasive control, calculated disconnection, and insidious vibrational manipulation, designed to keep humanity tethered to lower frequencies. The stark, undeniable result will be the emergence of a widespread phenomenon of spiritual numbness and invisible, creeping paralysis that will profoundly affect the inner sensitivity, the innate intuition, and the empathetic capacities of those who have not consciously prepared their energetic fields for this shift. Imagine a dulling of the soul's senses, a gradual desensitization to truth and subtle energies. Again, this is not a visible, overt attack in any conventional sense. There will be no bombs, no obvious conflict. Instead, it is a masterfully orchestrated energetic deviation, a subtle yet powerful rerouting of vital currents, designed to shift the collective trajectory. As this recalibration unfolds, the very electromagnetic systems underpinning our modern world will begin to subtly, yet undeniably, desynchronize. We will witness unprecedented ripples in global communications, unexpected vulnerabilities in financial infrastructures, widespread disruptions in digital networks, and tangible shifts in Earth's own intricate electric fields. The profound echo of this massive planetary readjustment will not merely be an external event, it will reverberate directly and powerfully into humanity's collective emotional body, stirring unrest, anxiety, and a deep-seated unease that many will struggle to articulate. Relationships, once seemingly stable and secure, will begin to fracture and dissolve, often without any immediately apparent or logical external reason. These ruptures are, in truth, the direct energetic consequence of profound vibrational misalignment between individuals, as the separating timelines draw divergent frequencies ever further apart, revealing the true coherence, or lack thereof, within each connection. False bonds, woven from illusion and expectation, will inevitably fray and ultimately shatter. Systems, whether political, economic, or even personal belief structures that lack authentic coherence. They're built on shaky foundations of self-interest or outdated paradigms, are destined to crumble and collapse under the nascent pressure. Indeed, anything constructed from the brittle bricks of fear and sustained by the fleeting mortar of anxiety simply will not possess the intrinsic strength to withstand the profound, resonant shift of the coming frequency, a vibrational surge washing over our reality. In this pivotal moment, only those who have diligently, perhaps even painstakingly, restored their vital, inherent link with the true, cosmic time of the soul will manage to remain anchored and connected. This isn't a time measured by the relentless ticking of mechanical clocks or the linear progression of human calendars. Rather, it is a living, breathing rhythm that flows effortlessly within the very vibration of being. It is the sacred time of the spirit, a realm where the frantic rush of haste and the gnawing grip of anxiety simply cannot exist. Instead, it is characterized by a profound, serene understanding of the eternal instant, where every moment is complete in itself, a microcosm of infinity. To truly remain immersed in that liberating flow, to feel its gentle yet unyielding current carrying you forward, it will become absolutely essential to consciously disconnect from the pervasive, distracting noise of the system. Think of this noise as the constant chatter of media, the incessant demands of consumerism, the anxious whispers of societal expectations, a cacophony designed to pull you away from your center. Instead, one must purposefully return to the grounding embrace of nature, to the quiet wisdom found in conscious, deliberate breathing, and to the expansive, boundless peace of deep, restorative silence. Those who embark on this inward journey, who bravely choose this path of reconnection, will discover an unshakable wellspring of inner stability blooming within them. A quiet strength that persists even as the external world appears to fragment, to splinter into countless pieces around them. This current global intervention, this period of intense transformation, is not, crucially, a harsh condemnation or an arbitrary punishment. Instead, it is a magnificent, divinely orchestrated opportunity. It is the earth itself, a living, sentient being, stirring and shaking off its own deep-seated imbalances, much like a tired creature sheds its old skin, preparing to usher in a vibrant, resonant new pulse of life. Yet humanity, collectively and individually, stands at a critical crossroads. Each soul must consciously decide whether to courageously accompany this monumental movement, flowing with its transformative tide, or to stubbornly resist it, clinging to the familiar, even if it's destructive. Those who choose resistance, who desperately attempt to hold onto what is inevitably dissolving, will find themselves fragmenting right alongside the very structures they cling to, scattering their energy and their essence. But those who choose to surrender, to flow with the natural current of evolution, will paradoxically ascend with an effortless grace, elevated by the very movement they embrace. The third timeline, the hidden path, as the two grand, overarching timelines, the artificial, largely mind-created reality of human constructs and ego, and the organic, soul-aligned flow of natural evolution clash and confront each other in an increasingly evident and often tumultuous tension. A subtle, profound third way is quietly beginning to unfurl and reveal itself within the invisible fabric of reality. This is not a path of conflict or opposition. but rather the luminous line of spontaneous awakening, a spiritual bypass that belongs to no external polarity. Instead, it emerges organically and purely from the sacred, resonant center of the heart, a wellspring of unbiased truth. This third timeline, unlike the others, does not impose itself with force or dogma. It simply, gently, reveals itself to those who are ready to perceive it. You won't find it marked on any conventional maps or detailed in ancient prophecies, for it is not an external destination to be reached through physical travel or intellectual pursuit. No, it is a deeply profound state of consciousness, an inner landscape of being. Only souls who have journeyed through countless centuries of learning and experience, those who have served as patient observers of time's intricate dance and steadfast guardians of balance across myriad lifetimes, those who have bravely plunged into the dense, challenging layers of existence and transmuted that density into shimmering wisdom, only they possess the keys to truly access this exquisite path. In this deeply personal and sacred way, true evolution is neither collective nor massive in the conventional sense. It is an exquisitely intimate inner journey. It is a silent yet seismic leap, a profound frequency change that does not hinge upon the dramatic, often chaotic collapse of the external world. Rather, it depends entirely on an intimate, heartfelt reconnection with the soul's deepest remembrance, the echoes of its eternal truth. Those who manage to access this luminous path will find they have no need to flee from the external chaos or passively wait for some external salvation. They become, in their very essence, their own living, breathing portal to higher states of being. This unique line is the hallowed path of those who steadfastly remember their true nature and purpose, even as everything around them seems to forget. It is the path of those who have ceased their frantic, often futile, search for answers outside of themselves, for they have arrived at the profound understanding that true, authentic truth can only ever be heard in the sacred, resonant silence of one's own being. Here, within this timeline, time itself ceases to be a linear progression instead. Events do not merely succeed one another, but rather coexist in a beautiful, harmonious tapestry of eternal possibility. Here, the soul truly returns to its original, pristine state of wholeness, undiminished and radiant. However, this precious way, this shimmering portal, will not remain open indefinitely. There will come a moment, a divinely appointed juncture, when the veil separating dimensions fully closes, when the Earth completes its monumental vibrational realignment. At that point, each and every being will find themselves permanently anchored in the timeline they have chosen, not with their spoken words or expressed intentions, but with the immutable frequency of their very essence. That is precisely why this present moment is so utterly decisive, so pregnant with profound choice. You have the opportunity, right here and right now, to become one of those silent walkers, one of those who gracefully crosses between worlds without ever losing their serene center, one of those who will ignite the flame of a new humanity not with eloquent speeches or grand pronouncements, but through the sheer, luminous power of their unwavering presence. But the choice, the urgent imperative, is to decide now, while the portal is still open, while there is still time. The third timeline is more than just a path. It is the sacred meeting point of all memories, a timeless sanctuary where the soul gently and lovingly integrates everything it has ever lived, everything it has ever dreamed, and every sacred promise it has ever made to itself. It is the profound path that beautifully unites earth and sky, microcosm and macrocosm, all within the boundless space of your own being. In this sacred space, there is no separate past or future, only eternity manifesting its boundless glory in the ever-present now. The cosmic call has been made, reverberating through the fabric of existence. The portal, the gateway to this transcendent reality, already exists, waiting for your conscious step. The energy block will not affect everyone. The approaching energetic block, a wave of purifying, transformative energy, will certainly not be a globally uniform or randomly distributed phenomenon, nor will it affect all souls with the same intensity or in the same way. In the intricate, interconnected divine fabric of existence, nothing, absolutely nothing, happens by mere chance or accident. Every single experience, every challenge, every blessing responds precisely to the specific vibration each being has consciously chosen to sustain through their unique consciousness, their deliberate actions, and their inherent way of feeling the world. Therefore, while our entire planet is indeed currently being swept through the same immense wave of transformation, a cosmic tide of change, not everyone will experience the same result or manifest the same outcomes. Souls that have, perhaps unconsciously or through prolonged conditioning, surrendered themselves to the dense, constricting energies of fear, the heavy burden of guilt, the corrosive acid of hatred, and the isolating walls of division, these souls will naturally be the most vulnerable. Why? Because these lower, denser states function like powerful magnets, drawing to them the distorting frequencies, the chaotic echoes that amplify disharmony. These negative vibrations act as insidious forces, actively opening subtle, yet significant, cracks in the delicate integrity of one's energetic field, much like fissures appearing in a protective shield. Through these vibrational cracks, disharmony, illness, and despair begin to filter in, weakening the very core of one's being. Where there is festering resentment, vital life energy is relentlessly drained, leaving one feeling perpetually depleted. Where there is unaddressed guilt, the soul's profound connection to its higher self and divine source weakens, fraying like an old rope. And where fear is allowed to anchor deeply, the pure, guiding light of intuition and wisdom simply cannot fully penetrate or illuminate the path forward. However, even amidst those who still grapple with doubt, even for those whose path remains hazy and uncertain, there's a superior, boundless mercy perpetually in action, a grace that transcends human understanding. Souls who are earnestly walking their divine purpose, even if they occasionally err, stumble, or feel utterly weary from the journey, will find themselves consistently sustained and uplifted by the benevolent counsels of light. These magnificent cosmic hierarchies, comprised of beings of immense wisdom and compassion, are intimately involved in accompanying the planetary ascension process. They work tirelessly, often in silent, unseen ways, to lovingly restore the energetic circuits of those who have made the conscious choice to serve the greater evolution of life. To be thus sustained does not imply being magically saved from the essential, often challenging, experiences that foster soul growth. Rather, it means receiving an exquisite, invisible assistance sudden, profound intuitions that act as guiding whispers, serendipitous, synchronous encounters that feel like divine winks, and an often unseen shield of protection during critical, vulnerable moments. It signifies that the soul is gently, yet firmly, reoriented back toward its original, pristine frequency every time the world's chaotic noise or internal discord tries to divert it from its true course. The approaching energy block, then, is not designed as a punitive measure. Its fundamental purpose is to precisely differentiate vibrations, to create a clear energetic distinction. It is, at its core, a natural, inevitable purification process unfolding within the vast, intricate human energetic field of vibrational separation that has, in fact, already begun its quiet work. It may not be visibly apparent in the physical realm as we perceive it with our limited senses, but it is undeniably real, a profound, ongoing spiritual sifting of consciousness. The dense veil that has long covered human consciousness is, at last, slowly and irrevocably lifting, and souls are beginning to reveal themselves in their true, unadorned essence. In this revealing light, some souls begin to radiate with an inner brilliance, shining ever more brightly, while others, unfortunately, seem to fade, their light dimming. Some begin to naturally expand outward, embracing profound service and compassionate connection to others. Tragically, sink deeper into the isolating quagmire of despair or the contracted grip of selfishness. It is in this stark, undeniable contrast that the universe, with its infinite wisdom, distinguishes and acknowledges those who possess the inherent capacity and vibrational integrity to sustain the higher frequency of the impending new cycle. This separation process, though utterly silent to our ears, is profoundly deep, reshaping the very fabric of our reality from within. On the surface, the external world may appear to remain largely the same, mirroring its past self. However, in the invisible, ethereal planes of existence, souls are already being meticulously, vibrationally classified according to their intrinsic resonance. Every thought you entertain, every decision you make, every seemingly small daily act, each of these serves as a precise energetic compass, defining the timeline you will ultimately belong to. There is no external judgment from some distant, arbitrary deity. There's only the pure, undeniable force of internal resonance, the magnetic pull of your own frequency. Those who consciously choose the path of inner peace, who prioritize authenticity in their being, and who strive for unity in their hearts, even if they still occasionally feel the familiar tremor of fear, will be lovingly guided and steadfastly protected. The benevolent counsels of light are tirelessly working to restore the original, pristine energy within every willing and receptive heart. In this unfolding era, love, profound humility, and unwavering coherence have truly become the most powerful, impregnable shields imaginable. The observers of the future are already here, the observers of the future. These enigmatic beings of profound wisdom do not arrive from tomorrow as the linear, time-bound human mind so often conceives it. They do not travel through the sequential progression of cause and effect, for their very existence transcends our limited understanding of temporality. Instead, they inhabit a multidimensional space, a vibrant nexus where all times past, present, and future seamlessly coexist in an eternal, shimmering now. These are not merely passive spectators, they're the ancient guardians of cosmic evolution, the diligent custodians of ascension processes that have unfolded across thousands of civilizations throughout the vast expanse of the cosmos. Like our own nascent civilization, countless others have faced their own moments of profound rupture, critical junctures where the old paradigms fractured and gave way to the arduous birth of the new. These observers are not gods to be worshipped, nor are they judges to be feared or appeased. They are, quite simply, unwavering witnesses, sentient mirrors reflecting back the choices and the unfolding destiny of evolving worlds. They are here, observing, assisting in subtle ways, and holding the space for humanity's grand awakening. Imagine entities, not bound by physical forms, who serve as the perceptive eyes of a vast, intricate universal consciousness, meticulously observing the delicate, dynamic balances inherent in the unfolding drama of free will across all existence. For countless eons, these profound observers have silently watched over humanity's journey, patiently awaiting the precise, pivotal moment when the collective human spirit would finally be ready to awaken, to consciously open itself to the profound remembrance of its own inherent divine nature. And now, indeed, that long-anticipated point has unequivocally arrived. From their elevated, non-physical plane of existence, these cosmic observers have judiciously authorized the release and delivery of what can only be described as humanity's future map. This isn't a traditional cartographic document, nor is it a rigid, immutable prophecy etched in stone. Instead, it manifests as an intricately designed energy pattern, a subtle yet powerful vibrational blueprint that functions as a sophisticated guide. Crucially, this map is not transmitted through any conventional physical means, no scrolls, no data streams, but rather through a profound, resonant, energetic frequency. More profoundly, it is an intricate light code, a sophisticated, energetic blueprint woven from pure consciousness currently being downloaded and assimilated by countless thousands of awakening souls across the planet. This reception manifests not through ordinary sensory perception, but through a multitude of ethereal channels, vivid, often prophetic dreams that unfold like ancient scrolls, spontaneous, luminous visions that momentarily pierce the veil of everyday reality, intuitive insights that resonate with an undeniable, deeply felt knowing, direct channelings, where higher wisdom flows effortlessly and strikingly meaningful synchronicities that weave a tapestry of divine guidance into daily life, making the invisible visible. So, if lately you have found yourself with an inexplicable feeling that something monumental is on the cusp of happening, if you perceive an almost palpable tension hanging in the air, or an insistent inner sense of waiting for a profound shift, understand this: it is not mere paranoia, nor is it a simple suggestion implanted by external forces. On the contrary, it is a clear, undeniable sign of activation. Your individual consciousness is quite literally being touched, stimulated, and awakened by the unique, potent frequencies emanating from these cosmic observers. They do not descend to intervene directly in human affairs. No, their purpose is far more elegant. They come to gently, yet powerfully, remind human beings that they already possess, deep within their own spiritual archives, all the necessary information, wisdom, and resilience required to gracefully navigate and ultimately overcome this unprecedented period of change. This future map is, in essence, encoded within the spiritual memory of every single awakened soul on Earth. It lies dormant, waiting, and only fully activates when an individual's heart achieves a profound alignment with truth, shedding the heavy chains of fear and stepping into an authentic state of being. The observers of the future function much like cosmic mirrors. They reflect back to you precisely what you are not yet consciously able to perceive, but what already exists within you as pure, untapped potential. Their benevolent presence is often most acutely felt in those crystalline moments of sudden revelation, those powerful aha instances when something deep inside you reverberates with the profound certainty of, I already knew this, even if you cannot logically explain how or why. In those fleeting yet profound instants, you are, in fact, receiving a direct quantum memory download, an instantaneous infusion of knowledge that bypasses the linear mind. They are preparing you, not with dry intellectual theories or rigid doctrines, but with pure, resonant vibration, gently recalibrating your entire being for the monumental leap ahead. When you surrender to the sanctuary of sleep, these observers are actively engaged in working on your subtle, energetic field. They are meticulously reordering your spiritual memories, helping to dissolve past traumas, and subtly adjusting your personal timelines to align with your highest potential. In essence, they are patiently reteaching humanity to remember the profound language of light, the original, primordial language of the soul itself. This is a language where there are no cumbersome words or rigid grammatical structures, but only pure, expansive frequencies, each one a rich tapestry containing an entire universe of information, emotion, and understanding. If you are reading these very words right now, understand that it is no mere coincidence this message, in its resonant frequency, is one of the profound ways they are communicating directly with you. If you feel a subtle tremor within your being, if an inexplicable emotion wells up inside you, take it as a clear indication the future map is already beginning to touch, to resonate with, and to gently awaken your consciousness. Symptoms of the energetic block already profoundly present. The palpable energy block within the collective human field is not merely a theoretical construct or an abstract concept. It is already profoundly manifesting in undeniable ways. Its presence is acutely perceived and felt across every facet of existence within the very cells of our bodies, throughout the labyrinthine pathways of our minds, in the intricate dynamics of our relationships, and reverberating through the fabric of our daily lives. Humanity, as a collective organism, is currently navigating an invisible yet powerful wave of vibrational readjustment, a cosmic recalibration that profoundly impacts even those who remain entirely unaware of these intricate energetic processes. Many individuals are experiencing a profound sense of loss regarding their spiritual memory, an unsettling feeling as if their soul has somehow momentarily receded, or as if truths that were once crystal clear and self-evident have suddenly become diffuse, shrouded in an unsettling fog. A deep, pervasive existential doubt often emerges, questioning the very meaning of existence. This is frequently accompanied by unexplained, profound tiredness that no amount of rest can alleviate, or a persistent sadness that feels unmoored from any specific event in this current life. Emotions once predictable now seem incredibly amplified, like a raw nerve-exposed anxiety, often intensifies to a degree that feels overwhelming. Patience, a once steady virtue, rapidly depletes, leaving individuals feeling frayed and reactive. The mind itself can oscillate wildly, sometimes between states of fleeting euphoria and, at other times, profound apathy or emotional numbness. All of these disparate yet interconnected experiences serve as unequivocal signs that humanity's collective energetic field is undergoing a massive, fundamental alteration. The very energetic networks that have previously sustained our material reality, the invisible scaffolding upon which our perceived world is built, are currently being meticulously recalibrated. Intriguingly, the human body, functioning as an exquisitely sensitive biological antenna, often perceives and registers these shifts far in advance of the slower, more analytical mind. This can lead to further symptoms manifesting specifically in our perception, a disconcerting blurring of our sense of purpose, making life's direction feel hazy, significant difficulty concentrating on tasks that once came easily, and a marked loss of interest in pursuits or goals that previously seemed paramount and important. Countless people are now experiencing a profound sense of not belonging to this particular time or place, feeling as though their lives have paradoxically emptied of their former meaning, leaving a void. Why is this happening? It is because the frequency of the old world, its outdated paradigms, its dense, energetic patterns, is actively disintegrating, dissolving like an ancient illusion. Concurrently, the soul, with its innate wisdom, is instinctively reaching out, seeking the new, higher vibrational pattern in which to safely anchor itself. Crucially, none of these challenging experiences should be interpreted as an error, a mistake, or a definitive sign of personal weakness. Far from it. They are, in fact, integral stages of a profound spiritual metamorphosis, akin to a caterpillar transforming within its chrysalis. Just as the chrysalis itself feels inherently uncomfortable and constricting before the magnificent butterfly can finally emerge, so too are our bodies, minds, and spirits actively releasing the dense, accumulated energies, the emotional baggage, limiting beliefs, and karmic imprints that have been gathered and held over centuries of disconnection from our true, higher selves. The true way out of this discomfort is not found in futile resistance to these powerful currents of change, but rather in conscious acceptance and a resolute anchoring into your own higher truth. When waves of confusion wash over you, instead of fighting it, simply pause and breathe deeply, allowing the breath to ground you. When profound sadness engulfs you, do not deny its presence or attempt to suppress it. Instead, observe it with compassionate detachment until it gently reveals its deeper message or underlying wisdom. When the external world around you seems to dissolve into instability and chaos, consciously seek stability not externally, but in the serene sanctuary of your inner silence. Elevating your personal frequency does not imply escaping or ignoring reality. It means choosing to look at reality with an expanded consciousness, free from the paralyzing grip of fear. The dense, distorting energy of the old paradigm simply cannot touch or affect those who consistently vibrate in the coherent, protective frequencies of unconditional love and immutable truth. Indeed, every single time you consciously choose calm over a reactive impulse, understanding over hasty judgment, You are actively tuning yourself to the powerful, liberating frequency of true spiritual freedom. These ubiquitous symptoms are not merely inconveniences, they are the profound prelude to a massive planetary awakening. They serve as undeniable evidence that the ancient, outdated system of human perception is rapidly collapsing, making way for the emergence of an entirely new, unified planetary consciousness. Therefore, I implore you, do not succumb to fear. These signs are, in essence, tangible proof that this magnificent, profound transformation is not only occurring, but is accelerating. Those who persevere steadfastly in love, who remain unyieldingly faithful to the resonant wisdom of their own heart, will undoubtedly cross through this metaphorical night and joyously witness the radiant dawn of the new time, a time they are already actively co-creating with every conscious choice. The mission begins at home. From individual beacon to a resonant planetary network. Every truly profound and transformative change, no matter how sweeping or global its ultimate impact, invariably begins in the simplest, most fundamental arenas within the very sphere of our daily existence, right in front of us. Consider the home, that intimate, small universe where the intricate dance of human experience unfolds. It is within these sacred walls that the myriad emotions, spoken words, profound silences, delicate agreements, and challenging conflicts are first born and given voice. Here, where the foundational frequencies of either love or fear are initially impressed upon our beings, the nascent vibration of a new world is also quietly, yet powerfully anchored. Indeed, a single family living in a state of genuine peace, radiating harmony and understanding, accomplishes more energetically than 1,000 eloquent spiritual speeches or fervent sermons could ever achieve. When your very life, lived authentically and with heart, becomes a living testimony of love and truth, there is simply no need to preach or persuade. Every small gesture of tenderness, every compassionate look offered without judgment, every conversation where genuine respect reigns supreme, each of these acts is not just a fleeting interaction, it's a powerful, energetic wave that ripples outward, expanding and enriching the entire collective fabric of humanity. A single home established in deep, abiding harmony functions as a potent point of light, capable of energetically balancing and uplifting entire communities, serving as a vibrational anchor. Your personal home transcends its physical structure and becomes a sacred portal when it is permeated by unwavering honesty, deep empathetic listening, and heartfelt gratitude. It transforms when differences are not merely tolerated, but embraced as unique facets of the human experience, rather than being rejected or judged. It becomes a sanctuary when past wounds are acknowledged and looked upon without the burden of judgment, allowing for healing. It is precisely at these moments that the everyday space of your dwelling evolves into an altar, and the very walls of your house become silent temples where the sacred, purifying fire of unconditional love perpetually burns. Sharing your personal spiritual process with others does not imply imposing your beliefs or demanding adherence. The emerging new consciousness doesn't need to coercively convince. Its power lies in its ability to inspire. Your personal coherence, the alignment between your inner truth and your outer expression, is, without question, the most potent and transformative message you can possibly offer the world. It is not about grand demonstrations or intellectual arguments, but about vibrating at a higher frequency, embodying the change you wish to see. You're silent. Authentic transformation will ultimately speak volumes louder than any carefully crafted word. Now, consider extending this principle beyond your immediate household. Consciously seek out and join with other families who are also choosing to embody the light, not as part of a rigid ideological movement or a dogmatic group, but as a dynamic, living practice of cooperation and shared spiritual growth. Together, form resilient chains of care, weave mutual support networks, establish circles of communal prayer and meditation, and co-create heart economies where the acts of giving and receiving seamlessly merge into a unified flow, reflecting true abundance. Understand that every single conscious act of generosity, no matter how small, reverberates and multiplies exponentially within the vast planetary field, thereby elevating the collective frequency of everyone. The new Earth will not materialize as a sudden, cataclysmic event or a miraculous overnight transformation. Rather, it is being meticulously anchored and built through these daily, intentional gestures and sacred agreements profoundly shaped by how you choose to treat your family, how you nurture your personal relationships, and how you consciously choose to embody love and truth in every waking moment. Consider the tender way you engage with children, the reverent intention with which you consecrate your food, the profound softness in your gaze when you truly see your partner. It is precisely in these seemingly insignificant, yet deeply felt daily interactions, these intimate nuances of human connection, that the very essence of humanity's vibrational frequency is not merely adjusted, but profoundly redefined. This subtle, powerful shift isn't born from grand pronouncements or sweeping global pledges. It blossoms in the quiet sanctity of your own dwelling. The transformation of our planet doesn't hinge on the eloquence of great speeches or the ambitious scope of international promises. No, its true genesis begins right at home, within the intricate tapestry of individual lives. Each family unit that meticulously cultivates and manages to maintain an unwavering inner peace, even when surrounded by the tempestuous whirl of external confusion and chaos, doesn't just survive, it evolves into a vibrant, radiating node of light. Furthermore, every single home that is consciously consecrated to the highest principles of love, becoming a sanctuary of genuine affection and understanding, solidifies its role as an indispensable anchoring point within the expanding planetary network of consciousness. And so, this profound evolution unfolds, not with clamor or fanfare, not through orchestrated publicity campaigns, nor constrained by rigid hierarchies. Instead, thousands upon thousands of these individual lights, these vibrant family sanctuaries, begin to subtly intertwine, forming an intricate, living mesh, the very energetic architecture of the new Earth. This nascent world, this future reality, is quietly gestating, taking form in the most humble and sacred of spaces and bustling kitchens where whispered prayers of gratitude rise with the aroma of shared meals in hushed rooms where the often challenging, yet liberating, act of forgiveness finally occurs, dissolving old grievances in sun-drenched patios where the uninhibited laughter of children rings out, a pure melody of joy in the profound embrace of loved ones, where the cumulative pain of generations held for so long can finally begin to dissolve, releasing its hold. The powerful beacon of this transformative change, the very guiding light is none other than you, dear reader. And the genesis of your unique radiance, your personal illumination, begins its journey within the very walls of your home. You are indeed perfectly on time for this momentous shift, poised at a crucial juncture. But understand this: the window of opportunity is not limitless, and time, in its relentless march, waits for no one. The vibrational lines that delineate different realities, different states of being, are already being sharply defined, their contours becoming increasingly clear. Consequently, not everyone will ascend to the same elevated state of consciousness. Not everyone will possess the inner sight to perceive, to truly see what your soul can already profoundly feel. Yet, if these words resonate with you, if they draw your attention and stir something deep within, it is because your soul, in its ancient wisdom, made a conscious choice to awaken and remember its purpose before the advent of what many call the Great Cut or the Great Divergence. You have been specifically called, chosen, to steadfastly keep this sacred flame of awareness lit, to be its diligent guardian, even as countless others continue to stumble, still desperately searching for the very fire itself. Therefore, waste no precious moment. Do what your heart instinctively knows you must do. Do not, under any circumstance, postpone your personal transformation, forever waiting for some grand, external sign to validate your journey. Understand this fundamental truth: you are the sign. You are the divine signal you've been seeking. Begin the liberating process. Release what weighs heavily on your spirit, the burdens that anchor you to the past. Courageously forgive what causes you pain, the wounds that fester and deplete your energy. Liberate yourself from anything, be it a belief, a relationship, or a habit that no longer harmonizes, no longer vibrates with the authentic truth of who you are. For when this great, encompassing change finally stabilizes, when the energetic landscape of our world definitively shifts, many souls will discover, perhaps with a pang of regret, that they no longer have access to the very doors, the very pathways that stand wide open and inviting today. By the year 2026, for many individuals, a significant energetic cycle will draw to its destined close. This should not be perceived as a cosmic punishment or a harsh judgment, but rather as the immutable, natural consequence of the cumulative energetic decisions and choices made during this pivotal period of awakening. The dawn of a new era, a brighter reality, is not a distant promise. It is already here, its subtle, iridescent light beginning to grace our horizon. However, only those who have diligently cultivated the inner clarity of profound, intuitive understanding of their own truth will possess the refined vision to truly recognize its arrival. Do not fall into the trap of endlessly seeking the perfect moment to begin your transformation. Instead, powerfully create that perfect moment right now with a resolute and unwavering decision. If, at times, the night of uncertainty or challenge seems interminably long, remember this profound truth: silence is not an absence, a void of nothingness. It is, in fact, an essential period of intense preparation. It is within the deepest silence that new dawns are silently gestated, their radiant light slowly taking form. It is in the profound emptiness of the void that the seeds of new life, new possibilities, are meticulously sown, awaiting their time to sprout. Therefore, consciously choose today what vivid memories, what profound truths, What elevated intentions you wish to carry with you into tomorrow. Intentionally seal your house with a vibrant energy of love, not as a quaint, superstitious act, but as a deeply conscious and deliberate choice to elevate its energetic frequency, transforming it into a living temple. Engage in conversations with your cherished loved ones, not just with words, but from the unfiltered, vulnerable depths of your heart. Have the humility and strength to ask for forgiveness, completely unburdened by the shackles of pride. Offer your understanding, your empathy, without any conditions or hidden expectations. Forgive others with genuine courage, truly releasing the past. Love without any reservations, opening your heart fully to its boundless capacity. And serve humanity, serve life itself, without the slightest expectation of reward or recognition. For the ultimate victory of light is not some far-off, climactic future event that we passively await. It is, in its profound truth, a conscious choice that happens moment by glorious moment in every single present instant. Humanity is undergoing a profound reconfiguration, not through the directives of governments or the dogma of grand temples, but through the innumerable individual hearts that courageously choose to embody truth in their daily lives. If this message has resonated with something deep within your being, if it has stirred your spirit, do not allow it to simply pass by. This week, make a sacred practice of reading this message aloud in your home. Allow your very walls to absorb its resonant vibration. Let your children intuitively feel its profound truth and invite your ancestors, spanning generations, to bless its sacred intent. Place it in a visible spot, perhaps on a kitchen counter or a family bulletin board, and consciously allow its powerful vibration to accompany you, to infuse your space every single day. And each night, before you drift into sleep, take a moment to silently ignite the radiant golden flame within the sanctuary of your chest. Visualize its warm, luminous light gently expanding, permeating every corner of your house, gracefully reaching and embracing every single being you hold dear. This, indeed, is the true and most potent protection, the genuine, unwavering pact with the infinite light. Do not passively wait for the world around you to change before you embark on your own magnificent transformation. Instead, bravely choose to be the very beginning of this new dawn. Be the resonant echo of love that actively rebuilds, rejuvenates, and heals our earth. Be the living, breathing sign that the heavens, the higher realms, are not distant, esoteric concepts. They are, in this very moment, being born anew